The following game has no ESRB rating, nor is there a listing of any sort of restrictive content that may appear in the game. However, I do know for a fact that it does include violence, bloodshed, explosions, fire, and the death of people and various animals. So, if I were to guess as to what its rating would be, I would say either teen or mature. So, that being said, viewer discretion is advised, and I recommend that anyone under the age of 13 not watch the following video. You have been warned.
Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today are, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today, do you guys wish to be recast? Then it'll be my usual co-hosts. So today we are going to be playing Rimworld again. It's a colony development game. The premise being that for various reasons you can actually create your own flavor text for it. But a bunch of colonists that you control crash land, purposefully land, just simply walk into view on a far-flung, outer, unknown, not exactly fully developed world on the rim of known space. And the game will throw a large number of randomly generated scenarios at you for your colonists to deal with. So at one point you could be raided by bandits, another point you could be attacked by rabid beavers, a third point you could end up with toxic fallout and literally everything in your colony dies that isn't hidden underneath of a roof, which eventually does lead to the starvation and death of everybody who is hiding underneath a roof. At least that's how you're supposed to be playing it. I've been role-playing it where my colonists are actually I want to say highly trained commando team of space marines dropped onto the planet to deal with the pirates. But their performance up to date does kind of lead me to question their capabilities. But I digress. So this game has been made by Thank you again. That being said, let us begin. And as usual, we begin with the loading screen. Welcome to the 789th Mechanized Infantry Combat Team. Yes, I did get the unit organization title correct this time.
So here we are. This isn't actually our settlement. This was... Let me just generate the world real quick. So this was the second bandit encampment that we hit on the second episode. We've, well, killed them all. Only way I can put that. Killed them all and, well, in the process of taking their stuff.
So this is the second settlement that I hit. Once everybody's done sleeping off their injuries, including the one guy who got his head shot off, and that took his helmet with it. So he's now helmetless, and I think that's actually his weapon right there. But as soon as they're done resting, they're going to be digging graves and burying the fallen. And then, unlike the first settlement that we hit, which is right now called Forward Operating Base Antioch. Sorry, wrong one. We're not going to be keeping this. Well, this is Antioch right here. This is. I don't even think I got a chance to name this one. It just gave a random name. But we're not going to be residing in this facility. We're going to be basically taking it apart, stripping it down, and taking anything that we can find useful back to Antioch, and then burning the rest. At least until I figure out where our next targets are going to be. Oh, I have a plan. It just, storyline hasn't happened yet, so. For now, we're just going to proceed on. So right now it's 1 a.m., everybody's asleep. These are the 10 people of the 789th Mechanized Combat Team. So Ophelia and Mushinto have stayed behind to guard the operating base. Because, you know, we just don't want anybody wandering through. Whereas the other 8 members of Lincoln, Hercules, Tater, Stanislav, Yuko, Bowman, Jet, and Sky traveled off to hit the base. Also, I should point out that a lot of people who play this game that I watch on YouTube. Okay, fine, have it your way. Although one person that I watch play this game on YouTube keeps talking about mods, and this is a mod-heavy capable game in that lots of people make modifications to it. But I've not downloaded any, so I don't have any available. Somebody's starving. Well, you know, he's currently sleeping off, not dying. So the batteries are back in place. Jet's cleaning things up. You should be prioritizing building the graves. Shintos decide to start cooking things. I really probably should develop this area a little bit more, because this isn't enough storage capacity for... I'm basically dumping everything everywhere, and my cooking spot is a campfire. Alright, so Yuko's now fully healed, so she can help Jet with the graves. I want to know where the uranium came from. You know what? I don't think I actually want to. Look how some of the incendiary shells survived. Keep going. Stop cleaning up blood and start digging graves. Not everybody's been tended to. You can... This guy can help dig graves.
The rat just sat on Tater's head. Now Hercules is up and running, so he can help dig the last couple of graves. Got a lot of beds. A lot of hats and other things. So that's the last of the graves dug, so which means I should probably start taking apart this whole area. Now, I'm gonna have more stuff than what my 8 people can carry, and given the fact that Tater still can't actually be up and running because he's still suffering from resurrection sickness, probably going to have to take everything back that we want to keep in shifts. First thing we want to do is uninstall the bedrolls because we got plenty of beds in here. It's all just the tainted stuff from the first thing. Now, I do kind of miss the ability to sell tainted equipment. Just simply from the standpoint that, you know, people don't like wearing what's the stuff that dead people have worn, and some of it's actually quite handy, like all the flak vests and whatnot, and the pants and the like. But they get uncomfortable when wearing stuff that was worn by a corpse, and the vanilla base game doesn't give you, as far as I know, any way of fixing it or changing it, so that way it's not classified as tainted. Which kind of stinks if you ask me, but I didn't make the game, so I have no say in that matter. So even though these guys are injured, I mean, they're just repairing things just for the sake of repairing them. So since Tater can't walk yet, I'm going to have one caravan. Tater can't walk right now, but I'm going to have Sky and Hercules stay here. Everybody else will head back. I'm going to take with them some of the important stuff. So like the herbal medicine that I don't really need right now. Like the herbal medicine, the food that will expire eventually, the equipment that keeps getting dropped, and all that fun stuff. Also take as many weapons as they can carry. With the charge lanes, because once Tater actually gets up and walking again, that's his weapon. And they're going to head back to the forward operating base. So that's what they're going to do. I'll leave 2 bedrolls deployed so that way they can hang out around Tater. Last episode, oh, it's raining here, cool. Shinto was still healing out here, and then a cougar tried to eat him. I was displeased with that, so. Alright, so the first thing we're going to have to do at the forward operating base is expand.
have them chop down all these trees. Because A, I need the wood, and B, they're just in the way of expansion. In fact, we're just going to... No, we're not going to cut everything. There. Lincoln's suffering from a minor break risk. Hopefully he'll get back to the operating base before he actually decides to go fully insane. This settlement's now low on food, mostly because I don't have a storage facility for, well, everything that I do have. I'm just going to store the prepackaged survival meals and Tater's charge lance in here for now. Also going to have them start taming these alpaca, just simply because I'm going to need pack mules. And outside of Muffalo, the alpaca is the only thing that I know of that will... Why is this lit? Anima tree. What is an anima tree? Alright, so an anima tree is a rare tree with warm skin, smooth bark, and long iridescent leaves. Infused with bioluminescent microorganisms, anima trees develop a unique form of psychic symbiosis with surrounding life forms, allowing them to grow in a wide variety of biomes. If a person, psychcast or not, meditates near an anima tree, it will grow anima grass around its base. Once enough grass is grown, it becomes possible to carry out a psychic linking ritual with the tree to upgrade a person's psychic powers. Only tribal peoples know the secret of this ritual. Tribal psychcasters are also able to draw psi focus from anima trees while meditating to them. Anima trees' psychic properties are weakened if artificial structures are placed nearby. They refuse to be caged or studied and must remain part of nature. Most tribes believe that anima trees are not simply trees, but rather the physical extremities of a single world spirit. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if we want to do that yet or not. But no one that I have is... Oh, cloth t-shirt has withered already. Deteriorated away. Well, like I said, can't really do anything with the tainted stuff, so... I like how there's 3 rooms full of beds, and people get miffed if people are sleeping in the same room as them. They get disturbed while sleeping. But as we're saying, there's 3 rooms worth of beds, and these 2 decide to pick 2 beds in the same building. Fun. So I need recreational variety here. These guys are just hanging out on the trail. I may not have... Psychic drone little male. So every male colonist feels a wave of anxiety and anger. Some distant engine of hatred is stirring and is projecting a psychic drone onto the site through an orbital amplifier tuned to only affect men. For a few days, some people's moods will be quite a bit worse. The drone level is low. Okay, good for them. Probably should have packed an extra bedroll. Oopsies. I wonder if it's affecting both encampments or just one. Oh, so Hercules and Sky are a thing apparently. Okay, good to know. No wonder why they picked the same room. Yeah, so I don't know which spot the psychic drone is actually in. I'm not seeing it on the needs. No. It's actually here at the second base. Okay. Chunks of spacecraft have landed nearby. Okay then. More than rain falls on the plain apparently here. And some simple mills have rotted away. While they're in here and not say in here where it's, you know, the actual storage area, I have no idea, but they are, so what do I know? Alright, so they'll be back in 1/10 of a day. That's actually a lot of alpacas. Try taming all of them. And we now have an alpaca. Apparently we now have 2 alpacas. Because I did not realize that there was 2 of them. Both of them female. Okay. Any of these alpacas? Well, some of them actually are. Oh, there's also a grizzly bear somewhere on the map. 2 mega sloth, 3 rhinoceroses. So rhinoceroses or rhinoceri? I can never tell. A couple of gazelles, 2 turkeys, a raccoon, several boom rats, and a few hares, a rat, and 3 squirrels. All in all, nothing really all that exotic, but then again, I don't really need exotic right now. And the caravan is back. Okay, cool. A large meteorite has struck the area and has left behind a lump of jade. Hopefully it did not land on anybody. Oh, it's landed in the second one. And there is now a raid off at the second base. It consists of 1 person. On that note, get the defenders into position. Looks like he's just attacking right outright. Dude with a wooden club and against, you know what? He's not a pirate, so let's actually capture him. So I don't think he's a pirate. Where is factions? Nope, the Black Sinners are the pirate faction. The Kanto Alliance is the savage tribe. So, as well as the Grey Goose Boko is the fierce tribe. The Camelusi Pact is the gentle tribe. Kotir Kin League is the rough outlander union. I'm assuming they are the hostile but still not pirate advanced civilization. The fierce and savage tribes are your indigenous people factions, and then of course the pirates are the pirates. The Lehane faction is the Civil Outlander Union, and the Refugee Empire is the Shattered Empire. Alright, so now that we have a prisoner, we're going to need somewhere to store him at the forward operating base. Right now, let's just make a 5x5 shack for him to sleep in. How come he's sweeping the outside road of dirt in the middle of a rainstorm? Alright, so Nemeza here is no longer incapable of wandering. Oh. Yeah, no longer incapable of wandering. And, oh, we can sell them for 179 silver. Recruitment difficulty is 99%. Recruitment chance is 2. Resistance remaining 83. Apparently, I'm guessing the savage tribe are resistant to outside influence. Prison break interval 146 days. Mean number of days of time awake between prison break attempts. Affected by mood, mobility, and time since the last prison break. This number of numerous times spent sleeping. The actual average prison break interval is usually longer. I like how it actually tells you, yeah, prison break is scheduled for the some odd day of some odd days. Let's reduce the resistance, and once the Stockholm Syndrome takes effect, at least I think that's what it's called, we'll see if they'd be willing to join. Because I have only so many resurrection serums, and after a while, when I run out of those, people will start dying, and they will stay dead. Alright, so I don't have any spare wood to build anything. Since they're probably going to be here in the near future, they should have some form of recreation, so we'll just chop down these trees and build a horseshoe thing. And some more tainted materials have withered away. I was going to say that I like the fact that Tater's just outside sleeping in the rain, but it's not raining in the second area. Okay, this is going to be a problem. Let's see. Oh, we now have 3 alpacas. Okay. So, manage areas. Area 1 is going to be called So here is how we are going to do this. I'm going to go to zone. Select the animal area. We're going to select the areas where we don't want them to be. So we don't want them in the food pantry. We don't want them where the Space Marines sleep. I guess we can technically for now allow them everywhere else. I should probably build a barn eventually. So now that the areas that we don't want them in have been selected, go back to animals, hit manage area, and then we hit invert. So now if we check the expand animal area, They are allowed everywhere except where I don't want them. And I found that to be most helpful. Now that that's the case, we get to go there. I don't need to chop down that much wood. So these aren't fully grown yet. For some reason the pirates here were growing potatoes, smoke leaf, and hops. Hunter lacks ranged weapons, so Tater is now actually up and moving. Good for him. I'm just going to go for a walk. He can re-equip his weapon. Going to need to make a helmet for him. And I don't actually have much in the way of research. I didn't get, well, I gave them high-end armor and weapons and some materials probably most people wouldn't give their people originally, to outfit them up for to give them an advantage in the near future. What I didn't do is give them pre-built research. So while they came all equipped with powered armor and laser guns, I don't have any way of replacing the damaged ones with similar items. At least not yet. Going to need to finish the prison. I'm going to need to build a barn. They're going to need to finish dismantling this area. And I'm also going to need to build somewhere for, well, I'm definitely raided by the Grey Goose Buko. Again, only, well, actually no, it's 2 people now. And they're actually attacking the main base. So everybody up and at them. Looks like they're gonna wait a while. So rather than cowering behind everything, let us go meet them. And a guinea pig t-shirt has rotted away. And they're both now dead. I don't know why I'm stripping them. It's not like I'm keeping their clothes. That problem's been solved. Add 2 more graves to the pile. This is already occupied with what? Definitely gonna need more storage space. Is anybody gonna finish building this thing? How about we prioritize finishing the floor? Alright, so now we need walls. And a door. So clearly, If I put cleaning and hauling down to 2, that's all they're ever going to do. Of course, I have no one actually doing construction. All set to construct. Why is this? Should be a 4. Thing with the red box around it should be a 4. So these guys are just idling about. So I actually do have access to passive core right now. I'll put one in there. Put one in the prison as well. As well as a bed. I know I have like a bunch of spare beds here, but something tells me if I transfer the prisoner, he's going to need it. Yeah, he's going to need a bed already in place. And I highly doubt it'll let me take a bed with him, plop it down, and then he'll go in there. I should also build a food source here. A campfire. That there. Have them hunt the massive pile of deer just flocking about. Probably should not have had them kill all of them. Something tells me I won't have enough time and space to... the butcher spot right there. Add build, butcher creature, do forever. Can we not shoot the solar panel, please? Another thing that they don't have over here is a food storage area. And they've tamed another reptile. It's been raining for like 3 days out here around. So that's done. This is that. I'm assuming it's roofed. Yes, it is. Give him a bed. And now we have 5 alpacas, apparently. Alright. Now that that's done, who is the handler? So right now Mushido's the main handler. So he's the one who's taming all the alpacas. So I should do another resource run. I should send another caravan up to gather, to take back some more stuff. So I'm going to form a caravan. Mushido stays, which probably leaves somebody else. Jet's the constructor, so he'll probably stay. So, and Ophelia's cooking, so I'll take Lincoln, Bowman, Stanislav, and Yuko. And they're also taking all of the alpacas. And they're going to take 30 meals. And I'm sure they can forage for themselves. By that I mean the alpacas. No, that'll be everything. I'll have Sky finish the campfire. Just so that way they have something to actually cook the meat with. Because unlike plants, meat will actually spoil in 2 days unless refrigerated. And I'm well aware simple meals don't last longer than that, but it's still better than nothing. These guys leaving yet? Off they go. That's enough hunting for now. Guy's taking it upon herself to start cooking everything. The caravan's heading back out. They should be back in over in 0.2 days. These guys are just hanging out, and looks like... No, they're just playing horseshoes. Okay. So these guys have no medicine and barely any food. But hopefully that'll change. More just tainted apparel is falling apart. This will be our primary stockpile for now. The caravan has arrived. So we'll now uninstall these beds. Those are the bed rolls. Gotta give them bed rolls. And a raccoon has gone mad. Oh, good for him. Kill it, please. Another day has dawned. Hey, his resistance is a mad muffalo. Now it's a dead muffalo. Okay, so start uninstalling the beds. Uninstall the bed rolls. So uninstall this battery because I don't think we actually need it. It's not really connected to anything anymore since we blew up the mortar. And deconstruct this solar panel because again it's not connected to anything else, and we now have another alpaca to play with. Goody. It's the same with this one, but this gun turret's being powered by it. Colonists need beds. You have more colonists than you have colonist beds. But this one was unowned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess. Okay. Well, that's okay. As soon as Bowman's done butchering this deer. We're going to send them back. Again, all the alpaca, and I'll send everybody but Hercules and Sky. They're going to take back the prepackaged meals, these 8 survival meals. Large chunk of the venison, these components, the leather. There's one thing in medicine, the steel, the beds. Okay, so maybe not all the beds. Oh, almost forgot the prisoner as well. We're taking the bedrolls back and the battery. Remaining sniper rifles. Yes, any clothing that isn't listed as tainted. Alright. I'm gonna head back. Accept. Confirm. It worries me that they have a royal vest made out of human leather. And we now have a 7th alpaca. It's gotten food poisoning. And the caravan's away. Just in time for night to fall. Some more tainted apparel is routed away. Another raid of one person. Yes? Yes, okay, good. Alright. We're just going to let it out for now. Okay, so they've been here long enough to rename that they feel that whatever they decided to arbitrarily name the sorry, I lost my train of thought. The whatever they arbitrarily decided to name the settlement wasn't good enough, so they're renaming it Port Operating Base Talonus. At least I think that's how it works. And now they're dead. This person was not wearing anything, so they attacked with a knife and were completely naked. Okay, I won't fault them that. Add another one to the pile, and we'll just go from there. And the Grey Goose Boko are attacking as well. Except they're attacking Antioch. All 2 people. With a knife and a bow. And Iritago here is also completely naked. As well. Up and at 'em. We go to war. Why is Jet moving? Oh yeah, he's got food poisoning. Alright, in that case, Ophelia and Mushimo head out. Jet will stay on guard. I'll look by these rocks. Can you kill him? It is dark and raining. I've seen what bows can do to high-end equipment, and I'm worried somebody's going to get shot in the head. Alright, so the guys decided to flee. Probably wise on his part. And another one gets added to the pile. Did they not bury the other two? I can actually set up meditate spot. Dedicated spot for meditation. Sidecasters who meditate here to gain psi focus. Focus object like a sculpture is nearby. Sidecasters will be able to focus on it to boost their psi focus gain. However, different people are able to use different focus objects. Well, we don't have any psionic people yet, so. Did they not bury the other two people who attacked in that last raid? Were they eaten before they got a chance? No, they're actually still there. Still listed as fresh. And the caravan has arrived. Designated that as the prison. And we have visitors from the Lehane Federation. Oh, good for them. Been raining for like 3 or 4 days now here. Oh, and a marriage is on. So Hercules and Sky decided to get married. Good for them. Hopefully they'll wait until after we strip this place for parts. But knowing my luck, they probably won't. I'll take the sniper rifle. Or the axe for that matter. I guess I was too focused on hauling a massive pile of beds. So we don't really need this for prisoners now. So this will be our storage area. Not allow any rotted things. Or chunks. And we'll allow everything else because why not? So that one's getting buried. Currently in the middle of unpacking everything. It'd be nice if Jet would actually finish the floor so we can put up the walls and the ceiling. Taters decided to wear a war mask because we don't have any other kind of helmet. Alright, now that the floor is done, guess who gets to build walls? Put a door say here. And the visitors are now leaving. It's kind of them to stay, nice of them to stay and chat. We're just gonna dump everything in here. So I'll set Lincoln and Bushido to also constructing. So that way things can possibly get built relatively quickly. decide to go to sleep. So looks like Tater has decided to switch out his war mask for a uranium simple helmet. Oh, and the prisoner is now fully healed. There's an exotic goods trader coming. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't think I have much to sell him, but I guess I could probably sell some of the weapons. Who's the best socialite? I mean, if I look at the work schedule, you know, both Tater and Bushido are set to wardening, and I think social is affected by wardening. Social 11, social 6. Ophelia can't even do social skills. Lincoln's at 0. Stanislav's at 1. Yuko's at 0. Bowman's at 1. And Jet's at 0. So Tater it is. Yeah, I think it actually stopped burning. Goody. Trade with Hobbit. So this guy's name is Hobbit. Oh, I have some cobras for sale and a warg. I don't really need either of those. I always do enjoy having an exotic goods trader show up, just to see what they have. Alright, so yes, they are selling 2 female cobras. I'd be tempted if one of them was male, but A, as I said, I have no need for cobras, and B, can't buy one. Yeah, I could just barely afford it. So I will take the components. I don't have much need for advanced components. Let's see about the glitter wolf medicine. I would like the plasteel, but yeah, and they don't want anything that I have to sell. So I'm not actually getting any of this. Not selling them their components. I do need the shells for the mortar. Yeah. I'll just take the components. But the fact that the roof doesn't require any materials is just out of nowhere, boom, roof. And by the looks of it, it's like metal sheeting or whatever they call it. So we'll put the stockpile here. And come on. I'll copy this. Paste this. And all these random stockpiles that we have going on in all the various rooms, because I had nowhere else to put the stuff originally, they all get to go away. Then we can probably, I might actually use this as a temporary barn. These two are just hauling stuff around. No, oh, that's rotted, not tainted. Manufactured. Yeah, get rid of the tainted apparel. Should put all the tainted apparel out here for it to, well, dissolve in the environment, and then everything else should go here. Not much of grand excitement has been going on, I guess, for right now. They're just consolidating resources from the two things that we did the last mission. They're expanding Antioch and taking apart whatever I decided to call this place. Telonus. And then once Telonus is taken apart, everybody's healed and ready to go, and I figure out what I'm doing with Nemeza here. And have enough pack mills to carry all the supplies, all that fun stuff. I'll figure out where I want to go next. On that note, I shall call it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.